two Maltor draw their vicious-looking, although rather archaic-looking weaponry, and they start running towards the group. You notice that as they get closer, they kind of look. They're about 6.5, 7 foot tall humanoids, but with chitinous skin, kind of resembling insects in nature. But they have a trio of eyes, black eyes, in their forehead.
What did I say?
What was
I
that?
didn't hear.
What was that?
I didn't hear.
She just couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. So they're insect-like humanoids, 2 arms, 2 legs. They're wearing what kind of looks like archaic armor that looks like it's been pieced together from hide and junk. They have very archaic-looking spears in their hands. They have 3 black eyes in their forehead, which is the unique feature to this particular race. And they lower their weapon, and they start babbling at you as they're charging toward you. And I need you to make a culture check, Nuil, because
Do the language thing.
Okay.
Didn't I take the language thing?
Yeah, you did. She wants to cast this to talk to them.
okay.
So she's going to cast this on herself, I'm assuming.
Oh, great.
I'm assuming. Who are you touching?
I guess so.
Well, before you go to cast that, so or we'll say as you're starting to cast that, go ahead and give me a culture check as well.
Okay.
Okay, 15 was your DC actually. You recognize the language as almost like a vulgar form of the Maltur language that you grew up learning on your planet. It's like a very strange dialect, but without having to cast a spell, you realize if you think about what they're saying, you're pretty sure you can piece together the meaning.
Oh, okay.
Well, you could still cast the spell on somebody else, though, so that you're not the only one that understands them.
Great. Do you want to understand what they're saying, or should I cast one on them?
I think this is your time to shine.
But if I can already understand them, should I do it on you or on one of them so they can
I
understand?
would say do it on Ryder, since he's kind of the diplomacy face of our group.
Sounds good. You up?
Oh, great.
You wanted to take a break, didn't you?
I know. I was like ready for her to shine in this. She's had some wine. I was going to get some more liquor. This is going to be a great conversation.
Okay, so both of us can talk to them.
AKA I can talk to
So
them.
what did I piece together that they said so far?
They're yelling at you. They're definitely calling you a word that you recognize as demons. And the more you listen to them, and they're yelling at you, they get within like 20 feet or so, and they stop the charge, and they're kind of threatening at you, motioning at you, threatening with the spears and whatnot. And they seem to be telling you that they're asking you, "Oh, why do you come back? Go away! We don't want you here, angry demons."
No, we're friends, not demons.
Go away! You come here and you brought nothing but harm to our people.
We're here to help.
This is the first time we've been here. What do you mean we've brought nothing but harm?
No, angry visitors like you. They look like you. Get out of here.
Wait, they look like me or they look like her? Or they look like this big green vest guy over here? Or they look like this guy over here? Or they look like this rat over here?
That valid, reasonable question.
Just saying.
And he kind of motions to the portions of the group who look more human-like. So, not Cypher, but Ryder,
Okay.
Switch, Wesley.
Okay. just checking.
I like that. That's a valid point.
I've been looking for you.
I don't know if you can hear her, but she's yelling out, "I've been looking for you my entire life." Career, apparently. Her entire career.
You leave! Take your flying skyship and go!
Can I ask a few questions first? Like, who came before us and what did they do to cause such animosity towards you? We come here in peace. And not in an "I come in peace" manner, that ends in bloodshed.
No, no more questions. Hoifeka orders. We must drive the demons away. You asked questions before, and you harm our people.
How did the previous people harm your people?
You know what you did. You came in and took our temple from us.
Took your temple?
The temple found has been desecrated by you. Get out of here! And he kind of half, pulls up the spear and raises it higher into the air, like he's getting ready to throw it like a javelin through the air at you.
I want to
Switch
be prepared.
steps up in between them.
No, hey, Switch just showed up.
Like out of nowhere, Switch literally just stepped up.
No, I've been here. I've been here listening.
Yeah,
I'll
I heard Matt talk earlier. He's been here.
I'll step up, and I won't pull a weapon or anything. But the one that they can't see is always ready. But I will go in front and be a buffer.
By the way, Mike, just so you know, I'm relaying the conversation through the mind circlet that I have to everyone in the party so that they have an idea of what we are talking about at least.
Okay.
Well, I recognize aggression when I see it, so I
Well,
don't need a translator for that one.
He raised the spear to you, so yeah, but I'm just saying that you guys have understanding because I'm relaying it with my cool mind circlet.
Can I say, please, you have helped our people so much. Let us honor you. Let us help you.
You're like, I am your people. You made us.
He kind of cocks his head a little bit, looks at you strange, and is like, I don't know what you are, little one, but you travel with the demons.
No, they're good people. They're good people, and we're hunting people that harmed our people too. And maybe they're the same people, and we can help each other.
Wow, that's deep. This is why you talk the language.
This is getting way too mushy.
Give her more alcohol.
Yeah, it was those 4 bottles of wine she had.
It's she's moved on to tea.
Long Island iced teas after all that? Although, actually, Long Island iced tea actually sounds pretty good right now. But anyway.
I'm just saying, drunk D&D. We've got to do it.
I already told you I'm down.
We just have to figure out a time.
Problem is, it's going to be an expensive night for me because I'm only going to be drinking the good stuff. But I'll bring it.
I only get drunk on the good stuff.
All right,
It
so
makes for a better tomorrow.
Allie, go ahead and give me a diplomacy check.
Oh boy. I don't know, but you've got a +1. Wow.
Boom!
You rolled a 20 total, so you rolled a 19.
Well, we shouldn't be surprised. Allie always kills the skill checks.
So
That's kind of what she does.
the Maltor kind of backs up a little bit and lowers the spear, although you still see he's got it hefted and held before him, like across his chest, so he can easily draw it up if he needs to. But you get the impression he is definitely backing down just a little bit. But he's still rather, you can see him, like his little antennae are just, shifting a little bit and probing back and forth, keeping an eye on all of you. He's still very nervous about the scenario.
Please, let's just talk. Tell us, how can we help? What has gone wrong?
Wow.
I don't
Heard you talk.
I don't know. You look like the demons, the angry demons, but you don't act like them very much.
I don't look like them. I'm not them.
No, you're right. I've never seen anyone like you. The angry demons did not have anyone like you with green skin and 4 arms.
But people just like you came to my
They didn't have forearms? Just went from their their shoulders and upper arms to their hands?
Yeah, it's just the the bicep with little hands on them.
Clearly, you didn't have enough to drink, or this would make so much sense to you.
A whole bunch of people running around with T-Rex arms.
I want to catch up, but I've got a really big head and such little arms.
Just don't think this was thought out.
How do I know I can trust you? If you betray us, then Hoifek will make me take the long walk into the sky.
Never.
What can you do to prove you are not like the angry demons?
We are hunting the angry demons.
Ooh.
I hear your words, but I need more.
Guys, help me prove this. What
It's
can we
just
do?
you and me.
Oh, but we're
Just you and I.
We can understand, but we can't speak it.
What can we do to help prove this, that we are not with those other men? And in fact, we're actually trying to hunt them down and chase them because they're planning to do some very bad things to our people, too.
Are they still here or have they left?
Okay, what if we tell them about the
I have a feeling that the temple that they took might be like the Drift Rock as I relay that through my mind circlet.
we can
Oh, ooh, I hadn't considered that.
The angry demons left not too long ago. But we knew you would. We knew he's almost like about to accuse you again, but he's remembering the words you said. We knew more like them would return, and Hoifek or Tazael told us to stay here and keep an eye out.
Can you tell us more about the temple? Did they take a big chunk of your planet, or what did they take?
No, I did not see them when they left, but they have not taken any part of the temple. It is still there, although Hoifek has, although not Hoifek. He says another name, which I unfortunately did not write down here. I almost just made one up and said like Benghazi or something. Zavra. Zavra has gone into the temple to protect it. Let me write some of these down.
So they destroyed your temple, or they took something from the temple?
I don't know if they took anything. I did not see them when they left. And I know Hoifek is trapped outside and Zavra has taken control of the temple found. That is... And he stops almost like he thinks he's beginning to say too much. And I'll let you... Go ahead and say.
Could we possibly talk to them and see if there's a way we can help?
Give me another diplomacy check.
Oh, no.
Oh, man, he's really just
Can you
trying to...
diplomacy? Help me?
I can, but I can't do it for you.
Can you...
You're the one talking.
Can you assist?
Cross your fingers and push the button.
Can you assist?
Hey, that's not bad.
I cannot take you to Hoifek, not right now. And Zavra is inside the temple found. But I think maybe you might be telling the truth and you're not with the angry demons. But I must be careful for my people. If you volunteer to give up your weapons, I will take you to see Tazael. Tazael is with us.
I would go. Anybody want to come with me?
I will leave my weapons with them. Yeah, I know. I've got one up my glove, too.
Okay.
So
Anybody else want to come?
Can I do like a sleight of hand or something to try to slip my pistol into my cheek pouch?
Yeah.
Okay, so 85% of the 20 have gluten.
wow, really?
I thought he was talking, for half a second I thought he was talking about the game.
I know, right? 85%.
Oh, yeah, easily. Like, Cypher, like, coughs, like, you got a pistol in your hand and, like, you just cough. And when your hand comes down, the gun's gone.
Can I switch out because I've got the red laser pistol in my glove, can I switch it out for my semi-auto pistol and give him the red laser pistol instead?
You're gonna have to give me a sleight of hand check to do that.
Go pretend like you're putting your weapons away in the ship.
Yes, he said if you give up your weapons, he will take you to see Tazael.
Can you just leave them in the ship? Pretend like you're leaving them in the ship.
It's a good sleight of hand.
That is a good sleight of hand. Here, let me double check there.
Can I be very shy about giving up all of my weapons or putting them where they want, so maybe they don't see everybody else doing all sorts of nonsense?
Yeah. So yeah, switch. You're visibly, it looks like your group is disarming themselves. Now, are you going to hand the weapons over to him, or are you going to leave them in the ship?
Are they requesting we hand them to them or just disarm?
He didn't specify which, so it's kind of open right now.
Okay, so let's just leave them all on the ship.
Yeah, I'll leave him on the ship, in which case I'll make that sleight of hand check while on the ship.
Okay.
Wesley comes down the ramp with Timex following him.
He's
He's
just
like, so where are we going? He's got like guns sticking out all over him. You know, he's got this club on it. But then they're like, "What? He's leashed." And I got like a rope.
So looking like Cable from the Rob Liefeld days.
Exactly. Yeah.
That one looks like an angry demon.
No. He's just a.
Oh, he's my friend. He's just a tool of destruction. I totally have like a leash on him though, like a dog. He's fine. It's not going to do anything.
He gives Timex a long inspective look. He's checking it out. And you realize he's never seen anything quite like Timex.
Oh, that totally like excites Wesley, so he just like starts spouting off all this information about Timex and how he built them when he was a kid. He's been working on them and like
Are you sure?
test robot and how he's like, built this certain thing in here and he does this and he's hoping to really get like this really cool AI so Timex can start talking to him, and he just babbles on and on and on and on until he gets so bored he just turns around and leaves.
And
I tell Nuil, are you sure that this is the race of people that made you guys?
And he kind of turns to Nuil and nods and says, I don't understand a word the babbling demon is saying, but he seems very interested in the walking pile of junk.
And in the background, you see Wesley's like, he lives.
Project.
Like an arts and crafts project.
Well, very well. Since you have disarmed in good faith, I will take you to see Tazael. We cannot see Hoifek right now. We're not allowed to go where he is and the temple found is. But come with me. Tazael will explain.
Thank you.
So he kind of keeps he and the pair of them kind of keep a safe distance, and they move ahead. And as they lumber along, you recognize the lithe dexterity which they move. It's even more reminiscent of the smooth moving Maltur, who you remember from your childhood on your home planet. They move across the dock there, the gangplank, not the gangplank, literally the dock, and they head in towards the building structure. When you get close to it, much of it you can tell is been in ruins for quite some time, but there is a large neon sign that's hanging above the entrance into the building that kind of sputters on and off, like whatever the ancient power source that it's using is struggling to stay alive at this point. And when it flashes to life in perfect, the perfect language of the Maltur, it says, "Welcome to Istamak."
Istamak?
Istamak.
It's the Mac, Daddy.
How long have the Maltar been here on Istamak?
The Maltor? We have no Maltor here anymore.
Are you related to the Maltor?
Why? He looks at you curiously, like he's not really sure he understands the question. It says, "Well, we do not have a Maltor. We have had no need for them. For we have legends and stories about them, but we do have hunters and speakers. We have the great chiefs, and we have the farmers, but we do not have the Maltor. No, there's no need for the makers here."
I'm sorry.
Weird.
I'm just trying to understand. The Maltor came to my planet, but they left a very long time ago, and we don't know what happened to them. Do you know about what happened or why they do this?
I I only know a little bit of the stories that there used to be makers here, but perhaps Tizel could tell you more. She is one of the viziers of Hoifek, and she is a scholar of sorts. Perhaps she can answer your questions.
Thank you. What was your name?
Uh, Zim,
Thank you, Zim.
Zim bada bim.
I'm Nuil, and I am very pleased to meet you.
he nods, and you kind of see he does this two-handed hands across the chest kind of bow to you, which only takes you back even more because you remember seeing a similar motion by the Maltor when they greeted and parted from each other on your home planet.
And Nuil's charisma grew 3 sizes that day.
I'm just so pleased.
All right.
Where are we going?
All right. So he leads the way, and you pass through the ruins. Once you get inside the what looks like it used to be like a spaceport, you see terminals and whatnot that have gone completely dead and are without power inside the facility. You see a couple completely empty and long ago scavenged, what looks like they were probably some kind of shop of some sort, and a few offices. Most of the windows all have been shattered long ago. A thick layer of dust covers much of the side rooms as you're passing through the central corridor and whatnot. And you can tell that only the central corridor passing through the spaceport has seen much use at all. As you come out into the ruins of the city, you're struck immediately as you get closer to the architecture of the buildings around you, and you can pick out the details of it's the same kind of architecture that your people use, which you inherited from the Maltor themselves. As a matter of fact, if you didn't know that you were somewhere else in the galaxy, on this strange floating rock of a city, you could almost think that you were in one of the older cities on your home planet.
Zim, did the demons who came, have they caused all this disrepair, or what has happened here?
Disrepair.
I don't have a good word. Sorry.
No, our world is old here, and these are the ruins of the old world.
Ah.
Hold on, I'm
So are
grabbing.
we heading to the
What
Yeah,
island was a
I'm
part of a
grabbing
bigger?
grabbing a marker for you guys so you can see where you move around. Or I'll make one
How
if I
long
need
have
to.
you guys been here?
We have been here forever. We were created here. Oh, that should work.
Created here in the likeness
No.
of the Maltor.
Did the Maltar create you too?
No, the Maltor would not have created us. The Maltor made machines.
Ah.
Ooh.
There we go.
But didn't they make you guys?
Did they help create this world?
No, the Maltor created many of the buildings and let me.
Do you have a picture of these things?
Oh yeah, 1 second. Man, I can't just give you guys control of that. That sucks.
You could just use one of our tokens.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, hey, I've got an oldie but a goodie from our Curse of Strahd campaign.
Works for me.
And I will give you everyone control of it so you guys can move it around as you need to. There you go. And yes, let me pull up a picture so you can visualize. So this is what they look like.
Whoa.
They look pretty cool. And
So
they
yeah,
look-
definitely like a chitinous type skin to them. The 3 eyes and whatnot. Although this rather strange looking archaic armor.
And as far as you can tell, they look exactly like the Malter.
I think so.
Yep.
But they aren't the Malter.
He says they're not. It sounds like the Malta are a subgroup of them.
Well, I was just going to say, you're confusing the Moltor for a race, and I think the Moltor are actually like a profession. It's like their race has people known as Moltor who are makers, but they also have people who are farmers and
Yeah, Malta are like
hunters.
hunters or
Yeah. Your people think of the Moltor as a race, but it's really just this race, and they were makers.
yeah. When we get to the other guy, I figured I'd ask him some more things about if he could clarify.
Well, then lead the star away.
I thought we were walking.
Yep. You're
Where?
walking. You're walking. As you find yourselves walking through these ruins of this ancient city, you keep a
Let's
close
think.
eye out around you. So laced in throughout the ruins of the building and whatnot, you can see what looks like heavy amounts of vegetation and whatnot that are like growing out of windows. Like this city is definitely well on its way. You could tell that it was extremely high quality construction and whatnot, which is probably why it's taken so long. But nature is definitely reclaiming the space and slowly breaking down all the buildings and whatnot and knocking down the smaller structures and turning them back into the rubble from which they all originally came at some point before they were manufactured. As you get close to this section right here, let me flip my page.
Was this the only island-like thing that we found around this planet, or were there multiple ones?
So this was, you picked up a couple, when you did your scan, there were a few Earth motes like this on the planet, but this is the only one that was demonstrating a large number of life, yeah. So as you get close to here, you approach this large building, which looks like it's seen better times than some of the rest of the buildings around it. And from the outside, it actually looks like it's some kind of massive warehouse type structure. When you get close to it, Zim actually takes the group and steers them down away from the main path and then takes them through the housing here, avoiding the warehouse itself, it looks like.
What's that building?
I assume you're motioning at the warehouse itself?
Yeah, saying it to him.
That is the Giant's Pantry, is what my people call it.
The Giant's Pantry. Why is that?
There are stories that at one time a great deal of sustenance and resources, goods, came and flowed from that facility, or from that building. The gods lived there, and they blessed us with their givings. Although it has been a long time since that happened, some of the hunters have gone in there from time to time, and they've reported seeing enormous beasts inhabiting inside of it. So we tried to stay away from it so as not to draw their ire.
I feel like we should check that place out sometime.
Later.
I get it. I'm just saying.
As you move a little closer and you're moving down the road, everyone give me a perception check.
Yeah, I'm kind of distracted at the moment.
Okay, I see.
Wesley's riding on the back of like Temex, so he's kind of elevated. Looking
He
around.
has the high ground.
He has.
All right, everyone who beat a 15, which is everyone but Cypher. In the distance, you hear some some light shouts and grunts, and what sounds like a skirmish has broken out somewhere down the road. Zim seems to have heard this as well, and he starts to trot even faster. And then as you come over the crest of a hill, as the road bends around a little bit there, he yells out, he's like, "Ah, my friends, they're in trouble!"
Oh no, we don't know what that.
So those of you who are here, so, oh wait, Drez is not here. Drez is scouting the island by himself. Ryder, Wesley, Tim X, and Switch. Oh, and he's not out right now, but I got a present for you. So I built Canary and put the stats and everything, so it has its own character sheet. So when you drop him out, he has his own token and everything now.
Nice.
And you click him, you can see his stats there.
Aww.
Nice.
Who's friend and who's foe?
What is that little like baby ship?
The one you're right next to?
Yeah.
It looks like some kind of hover transport vehicle, but you can tell it crashed here a long time ago, and it's almost like it's kind of melting. It melted a little bit into the concrete when it landed, and now it's almost become a part of the structure. So yeah, you see a whole scattering of the people that like just like Zim, and they seem to be fighting on the other side. All of them are dressed in similar gear and whatnot as Zim, but there definitely seem to be two sides to the skirmish, and one side is not doing very well at all.
Zim, what's going on?
Are they attacking themselves or?
The two groups are fighting each other, yes. And he says, Tazel's the outcast. We are being attacked. Tazel is there, and he kind of motions towards. You see one of the people there, and you recognize her, Nuil, as having feminine features for this race, and she has like this purple scarf-like hat that's almost like an Arabic type headdress, like wrapped up around her head, and it folds down into a cloak on her back. And she's kind of retreated from the fighting a little bit here. She's over by the wall, and she's looking. You can see a look of dismay on her face as the two groups are going at each other.
Oh, great.
You should have let us bring our weapons.
Zim looks at you and says, "Please help my brothers and sisters. Help the outcasts. Help Tazel."
Help the outcasts?
I do not have time to explain. And
Which ones are the two that were with us?
Yeah. How do we know who to attack?
All of you people look the same.
Stop it.
You racist.
That's racist. Wesley calmly walks over to Tim X, takes the leash and unbuckles the leash real slow and like dramatic like.
Oh, there's them.
So Zim, and Zim and the one who was with him, they go start running towards the fray.
Yeah. So I like, Zim, are we allowed to call forth weapons?
Please help the outcast. Help Tazel.
Wesley's like, as you wish, and
I can't
unclicks Tim X and
I
just
can't touch my token either.
Tim X fire.
I thought I'd fix that. Oh, you know what? I did fix it, but then I forgot to save your tokens. 1 second. Yeah, I made a list of things I needed to fix when they did the update, and I fixed that, but then I forgot to resave the tokens. So on the other sheet, you all have control, but not on this one. Yeah, something about the update decoupled all the tokens from the sheets, and I can recouple them, but I just have to remember to save it once I do it. Okay, you should have control now. Let me know if any of you have any problems. And what are you going to do? We'll start with Nuil. Looks like Tim X is about to shoot.
Hell yeah, Tim X is gonna. Oh yeah, did you guys hear what I said? I walked over to Tim-X and took off his leash, and I said, "As you wish." And when I do that, like Tim-X lights up and all his weapons like.
All right.
Hey,
Is that a ship? Did I put that out there? Oh, is that what you were asking about, Allie? Can you
Yeah,
guys hear
that's
me?
what she was asking about.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this.
Oh no,
That
she was asking about that ship there.
that was an accident. I was
How-
playing around and I accidentally left it on the map. So no, that's not there.
Cause damn, I was gonna hop in that and start flying around shooting.
Yeah, my bad. You get close to it and you realize it was an illusion, like in the deserts. So it sounds like Wesley's opening fire. So go ahead and take a shot, Wesley.
okay, so Tim-X, one of his improved things is he now actually gets to move and shoot. So I'm gonna have Tim-X run up and lay cover fire on the group of these people over here with his rat-a-tat machine gun.
Okay. Do you
Should
want to
we
do?
be
Do you want to?
rolling initiative or?
Yeah. So Wesley said he was going for it, so he gets a free shot. Everyone else start rolling initiative. Now, do you actually want to use the cover fire maneuver, or do you want to just blast someone?
I wanted to use the cover fire and kind of force these guys back a little, I guess. Away
Okay.
from this girl is my intention.
I'm very happy that someone's actually using the combat maneuvers, by the way, because I even forget to use them quite often.
I don't know how to do it. But
So the DC will be their KAC +4.
okay.
So go ahead and make the attack, and then we'll ignore the damage, of course, because you're just laying down cover fire.
Okay.
And I'm double checking this real quick to make sure.
Sorry, we were on mute.
So is that full attack on? Is the cover fire full attack?
No, it is just an action.
Okay.
If he was full attack, you couldn't do it because he moved. So
All right. There you go. Nailed the dudes.
just for everyone's to cover it, you can use your standard action to make a ranged attack that provides covering fire for an ally. Make a ranged attack roll. Oh, against AC 15. I was incorrect. So you beat the DC.
Okay.
If you hit, you deal no damage, but the selected ally gains +2 circumstance bonus to AC against the next attack from creatures in your line of effect, so long as the attack occurs before your next turn. So you were aiming it at the group of purple. It says one creature here, but I don't care. I think that's a cool idea that if you're spraying cover fire across the area.
Yeah.
So providing some extra aid to at least the group that are on Tazale's side, what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to shove the other people back or something, like get them to recede, give them space to run away and get cover. You know.
Okay. So all of Tazale and her allies will get a +2 circumstance bonus.
Okay.
To armor class if they need it, if the
Okay.
others don't retreat, of course. If they
Okay.
decide to attack. So, okay, cool.
And then Wesley's gonna, I guess, since Wesley's acting, he's gonna run over towards this rock over here for cover for him. So that's all he's gonna do. 1, 2.
Aren't they going to be kind of curious why we suddenly start pulling out weapons when we were supposed to leave them all back at the ship?
I asked them if we could call forth our weapons.
Yeah, Zim apparently seemed more distracted by helping Tazale. So you're not even sure if he really heard what you said, Ryder, but he was
Yes.
pleading with you. Yeah, he was pleading with you to help. So, all right. So we need Wesley to roll initiative, and I think that's it.
I'd be like, well, I could help, but you told me to leave my weapons back at the ship, so I can't do a whole lot.
Maybe Nuil could do some sort of cool little fancy arm maneuvers and then pretend like we summoned her weapons.
Mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo. Wow.
You could probably just speak in common, and you'll be like, "Well."
Yeah.
Okay, and one last initiative check, and we will move forward.
think that's Wesley's best initiative he's ever rolled.
How did Kish and Kish Outcast get the exact same roll?
That's sheer coincidence. They both rolled a 14. Looks like, yeah. And they have the same stats between them, so. Okay, so Nuil, you're first to react to this. Well, you're the second to react, because Wesley laid down covering fire. But now is Nuil's turn to act.
Okay, so her name was Tazale. Is that right?
Tazale, yes. So, yeah, this
So
one
I'm
right here.
I'm gonna yell, Tazale, Tazale, come, we'll provide cover. And I'm gonna try and run towards her and do my microbot things.
Oh, okay. So she responds to your voice, and she turns and looks at you, and then kind of stops, and she does the same kind of tilting head thing that you saw Zim do, looking at you. You realize
We're here to
she's
help.
never seen anything like you before.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do my microbots to kind of just muck up the whole situation.
Okay. All
If
right.
I can make it happen.
So we need your swarm.
Yeah.
Let me pull out your cool swarm.
So you have a range of 40 feet that you can cast it out, and it would be a
Can we tell the difference between trouble and not trouble in this fight?
trouble has dot.
If
mark on them.
that's a good question. If you want to try and determine between trouble and not trouble before you aim an attack, I need you to make a. What was the right skill here?
Perception?
You could try perception. Yeah, perception would work. You know, trying to determine who's on what side of the conflict.
Or straight up
I
intelligent?
was calling out to Zim before. Does that not give any info?
That you were calling out to Zim.
Yeah, because I had said, who are our friends? Who are the friends?
Oh, he didn't actually answer the question. So.
Okay.
Yes. So when you go to attack, if you want to try to determine if who you're attacking is a friend or foe, you can make a perception check as a free action before your attack.
Does that work?
Yeah. So which one are you trying to figure out? Because they're kind of scattered all over.
The
Well,
ones with the dots.
I'm gonna guess that the
Oh
ones right
man!
are protecting her. So
Lack-
anybody who
Lack
is
of DM prep.
40 feet.
Metagame. Killed by the metagamer.
Can I just figure out who's like facing her and who's
There
got
you
their
go.
back to her?
Like, who's actually shooting at her?
Anybody pointing at her?
Yeah. That's what your perception check is for.
Okay.
So which one are you actually targeting?
Let's go with this guy right in the middle. The blue.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, he was definitely moving aggressively towards Tazale and attacking the other
10,
ones over here.
20, 30. I can't get to him. So
Your bugs, you can cast them out. If you've already moved your 30 feet, you can cast them 40 feet from you, and they take up a 10 by 10 square
okay, so
to start
So-
with.
can I?
So yeah, you could cast them to here,
So this.
and then they would fill this area right here.
All right, so I guess I'm gonna put them kind of in there and hope that they provide some sort of. You said right there, cover.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just noting that that's
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you summon this fun little swarm of these nanites with this cool new art that Michael found for you, and they go shooting out of you and just like multiply. The nanites multiply in the air and fill this huge 10 by 10 area, and then swirl into a giant ball right in front of the blue one there, ready to do their worst. Now they move on your turn again, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do they get a move action this turn?
no.
No. Okay. All right. Very good. So the nanite swarm has entered the fray. And they react. They're instantly stunned by this this thing you have summoned and put before them, and they start to retreat away.
You scared them.
This one pulls out.
In your pouches.
This one pulls out a large archaic type bow and aims it at the one that you believe is Tazael.
No.
He gets a -2, right?
He gets a -2, yes. So that makes that a 10, and he will miss.
Aha.
The arrow skitters wide of her because he is still somewhat routed by the swarm and the cover fire. He's not exactly on his game. This one backs away from the swarm and sees Nuil. Let's see how far you are. And turns and actually fires on you. The
Now, because
summoner.
he's firing on her, does he still get a -2, or is it only just when they attack?
I'm going to say since you didn't specify your group as well.
Uh-huh. Ooh,
Ooh.
doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, he crittered.
Smokes.
So, I get to use the critical hit deck for the very first time.
Oh boy.
You're gonna lose one of your arms.
Or eyes, or lips.
That's okay. She's got 3 more.
Hey
2
now.
more lips? Oh my gosh.
So -14
Oh my
from your
God.
green.
Critical effect. Which way is up? The target is flat-footed for 1d4 rounds, but you get a fortitude save to try and stave off that effect.
And your microbots disappear.
Dang it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. No concentration check in Starfinder.
Oh, bugs so quickly.
Is that like one of very few times you've ever been hit?
I don't usually go running in places.
Yeah.
And if she does, she usually ducks behind like that wall that's up there.
No, I was trying to help.
Go ahead and make your fortitude check now.
No, that's good. You role played it. You saw somebody that you really cared about in danger, and you ran out recklessly. And
It was your
Yeah.
people.
It
It
was
was your people.
completely in character.
It was your people, man.
I'm looking for the thing I'm supposed to be rolling.
Fortitude's over there.
There.
Like Nuil's like a wacky wall walker, right? I mean, you can
Yeah,
surface, right?
pretty much.
Yep.
Aren't they
so,
standing on a bridge? You could like totally go under the bridge.
I'm pretty squishy.
again,
Okay,
she's not thinking straight because
Yeah.
she's panicked for her people or her makers.
Gods, yeah.
Right?
Okay, so it's 10 plus their CR. Their CR is 4, so the DC was 14, which you succeeded. So you are not staggered.
Yay.
Okay, so you just take the 14 points of damage.
I did.
All right.
Just.
Think.
This one kind of backs up a little bit and just gets just off the edge of the bridge and turn and fires on Timex, who also fired on his group. And he fumbled, and that was -2 on top of that. So yeah, the arrow goes. He's completely startled by what's going on. Oh yeah, I got it.
Where's the crit fumble deck?
Yeah, we don't have that one yet.
Make him fall off.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. So as he's moving around the edge, he completely slips in the soft rock there, the rubble, and starts sliding down the hill.
There you go.
So he takes 3 points of damage.
Trying to flank.
All right. Now you see the other side start to react. They see them moving back just a little bit, so you see this one's moved back and they take a defensive stance. This one is very injured. He's definitely bloodied. Take a defensive stance, and this one drops back just a little bit and has his bow out. He knocks another arrow, and he actually takes a shot at blue here. And hits. blast into him. You pelts him. You see like a greenish blood come shooting out through the new hole in the armor. He says he took a good hit there. Okay, Ryder, your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna move up 30 feet. 10, 15, 20, 30. I'm close enough to Nuil. And I will inspire and boost her if I can open that.
You did know well, Nuel. Now feel better. Oh.
No, it'll come out a little differently if I can open this. Alright. Basically, she's gonna get some healing, and I'm gonna yell out, "What do you think you're doing? Get up and fight!"
All right, Wesley.
Of course.
Okay. So Wesley calls out to Nuil, tell her to grab a hold of this. And you see Wesley tap on his arm and stuff. And Timex kind of spins around and he has this new device that you haven't seen. And it kind of ratchets up. It's like a little cannon. It has like this little spinning piece. And you realize it's a Gatling gun. All right, not a Gatling, a grappling gun. And I'm going to have Timex fire the grappling gun so that it lands like right here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to get her to grab it and reel her over as far as you can to like pull her into safety.
Okay. So what are you gonna say, Nuil, to Zale?
Hold on, we'll pull you to safety.
All right. Give me a diplomacy check, and then go ahead and make your attack roll to see right where the grappling goes for Timex.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know how to use the grappling gun. Grappler.
Ooh, bless me.
Oh, okay.
Help me out. Better.
There. We got 18 stamina back. Can you back?
Okay, so yeah, make a ranged attack roll, and you have to just beat AC of 5.
Okay, so
just don't roll a 1. If you roll a d20 and don't roll a 1, you succeed.
oh, okay, that's
I'm
cool.
gonna get this back up so I can.
Alright, so now I took her.
Okay, you roll. All right, yeah, it goes
Now
exactly
something
where you want it to go.
Awesome. So now there's a grappling gun hook like laying right next to her,
Okay.
and as soon as she grabs a hold of it, I want Timex to reel her in as fast as possible.
Yeah,
See how far he can get.
she does. She reaches down with one hand and she looks at Nuil with a wondering look in her eyes, and then she grabs onto the grappling hook.
Okay.
Yeah, yelling out also, "Come with us if you want to live."
She gets pulled all the way over to Timex.
Very cool. There you go. If she looks over at Wesley, Wesley kind of gives her like a little like kid high like wave. It's like, hi. And then turns around and Wesley's gonna fire against Blue here.
Okay.
Ew. Hey man, just don't get excited. He's saving her.
She's almost looking at Timex in wonder, like looking him over, and equally as amazed as she was when she was looking at Nuil when Nuil approached.
Okay. And then he's gonna fire on Blue.
Okay.
Now he's gonna be out of range, right? That's way out of range.
On Blue, yeah.
Yeah, it's 100 feet. So I guess I should have moved up before I did that.
Yeah, that's okay. So you take a penalty, but that's all right.
Okay.
It's just another range increment out. So, but you still hit.
Okay.
And you do 10. Oop, I'm on the wrong thing here. 10 piercing damage. Yeah, the bullet goes through him and kind of spins around, and like his eyes go wide as well. Like all these new amazing things you're introducing them to, like robots and bullets and
This is
arcane
so
swarms.
Oh my.
The one who you believe they're calling to Zale kind of nods at Wesley to thank him for helping, and then she turns and she kind of waves her hand around, and you see some of the rock and rubble on the ground like kind of lift up, and then fly through the air at one of the ones who. Oh, I screwed up. I forgot to put the stuff in. All right.
Who did she attack?
No, she's attacked no one because she rolled a 1.
Oh no.
It looked like she picked up some rocks and she threw them on the ones on the other side that you guys had also been attacking,
Yeah.
which even more makes you think that you've attacked the right side.
Does it make the bridge start to crumble on that one? All of her guys fall over the edge. Ah!
No.
Oh, good point, Bill. Hang back. You might end up down in the ravine.
What's that?
And
Good
switch. It's
point.
your turn.
You might end up in the ravine, Bill. When
I
the
just
bridge
haven't had a
slides.
chance. I haven't had a chance to go yet. There's
Yeah. Cypher
Not-
is at the. He's
it's-
first. He's first next round.
Yeah.
How did that work?
Somehow he rolled the
rolled a
lowest.
1 on initiative. I rolled a 1 on initiative.
No. Cypher's
Oh, I
stepping
thought-
back, looking
I was
like I got
reading
nothing to
something
hack.
wrong. Well, so that closest bad guy I can't get to. Oh well. Shoot. How far can I charge? I
Bless you.
have to
Bless you.
attack at the end of the charge. I forget.
Are you one of the ones who has the haste circuit, or was that Drez?
No, that's
No, that's me.
That's Cypher.
Oh, okay.
Right up here.
So your
And I
movement
know I
speed
asked
is-
last session, but I forgot. What does that do?
You spend a charge and you have 10, and which is refilled now, and you get an extra move action,
Oh, okay.
and it also doubles your move speed. So you
Gotcha.
basically quadruple your movement speed, and you get to split them up into 2 separate move actions.
Yeah, the best I can do is just double move 80 feet because I can't get to anybody. And even if I charged, I mean, it ends in an attack that doesn't make me go any farther than double my speed.
Okay.
So I won't fire up the blade in my arm yet.
Okay.
So, but dang it. I will run up to here though. I think that's right.
All right. And I need you to give me a reflex save.
Yeah. I think that's right. Reflex. Come on now.
I think it's pretty cool that even though they're not the same species, they use the universal double solid lines for no passing.
Switch
That's awesome.
goes running across the center of the bridge there, and as he does, you see the cracks, and like the ground shakes a little bit as you're moving, and at the last second you realize what's happening in the center of the bridge, but it's too late. Your large, muscular, and metal body is too much for the bridge, and it gives way.
Yeah.
You
Open
were
it up.
saying, Switch. Hey, Cypher, watch this.
So you fall.
Well, I got
1,200 feet.
And,
did you
so
know
it's
this
not
was
just
the-
the falling, because you can see the ravine underneath with the water, but as you fall in, like bits and pieces of the bridge come down and land on top of you. You take 19 points of damage when you hit the ground on the bottom.
Oh, switch!
Little did you know this was the scenic drive through their Grand Canyon.
How far down did he fall?
Green water.
It was 20. Let me double check. 25 feet, and then some rocks fell on top of him as well. So
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
part of that damage was the fall, part was rocks falling on him.
All right, so I take 12.
And you are partially. Oh yeah, that's right. You do have some resistance, and you're partially buried. I gotta fix. See, I fixed that on your token last time too, and it didn't save it. So
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I take out one of the other guys too. and maybe red and blue.
Yep.
Shit. Too bad they're on our side.
But you know, it's
Let
cool.
me make because they get a reflex save as well as the. All right, that one actually barely made it. Oh wow,
Hey.
they both barely make it. So it's okay. You haven't sacrificed any of them. They like leap to the side here and they're scrambling along the edge and like barely holding on and not falling down.
All the while saying, "Thanks for making the barricade."
Cypher.
Oh, it's my turn? Wow, I get to go.
Who's second?
Yeah. I didn't know I was part of this fight. So as if they're not kind of, as if they don't find us odd enough, they watch as Cypher like jams his hand into his mouth and pulls a laser pistol out of it. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
Like the
40. What's that?
said, just like the demons, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to move up here. That should be 40 feet. And I will fire on, we were focusing fire on blue, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I will fire on blue.
On which one?
Starting this one. That never works for me.
That one?
No, I thought, oh, is it that blue or is it
No, you can shoot whichever
the
one you
blue?
want.
Is it?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. So confused.
Okay.
We were shooting. at them.
You know that this is the one that's aggressive to the group you're trying to help.
That's the one
Okay.
shot at.
All right. Am I close enough to shoot him though?
You know, a thought occurred to me. If we actually survive this fight, which chances are we will, that these people have we've introduced new things to their culture. They might start worshiping us. And part of that would be
Directive. We'll have to leave in that case.
My head is already spinning. If our gods start worshiping us, that's totally gonna cook my melon.
well, I'm just
That's gonna cook my melon.
trying to shove weapons in their mouth, to emulate Cypher, or
Yeah, this is bad.
this could go badly.
This could go badly.
Trying to save them and inadvertently crush their culture.
All right. So I will start with and he is just in my range, apparently.
Okay.
My pistol's range is 90, and that's exactly how far away he is. So I will start with my trick attack by creating a holographic distraction next to him. And we'll go ahead and make him off target.
All right, that succeeds.
So if I hit, that will be 13 additional fire damage. And that's a big if. All right. Not a full attack.
Ooh,
Nice.
You crit. So we get to use the critical hit deck for the second time. All right, and this is an energy attack.
Fire attack.
Oh, fire attack. Okay, so make sure I'm reading the right one.
Well, it's fire damage. It uses an energy clip. I don't know how that works.
So this category for this one, so you do all that damage. Yeah, you definitely hit. This is how it works. So this is a bonus effect. So you get your when it's a bonus effect, you get your critical effect, which is the burn, and you get this effect as well. So if it ever says bonus crit or critical effect, you actually have to choose between what your normal critical effect is or what I drew on the card. So once I get
Gotcha.
all these imported, you'll actually have this deck like on the tabletop, so you'll be able to draw the card yourself.
Cool.
All right. So you get the bonus effect on top of the 21, 31,
Plus
34,
13.
39. Am I doing the math right? 39 points of damage.
I don't think he'll survive.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think the critical effect matters.
It does. Actually, it does. This bonus
Oh, he's going to
effect.
survive that shot?
Oh
Wow.
no, he's not going to survive. but the bonus effect does take place. All foes that can see you you have drawn aggro with your vicious attack. All foes that can see you take a -4 penalty to attack any other creatures but you for 1 round.
Nice.
How is that a bonus? How is that that's not a bonus?
Well,
If you were a vest, it would be a bonus.
let's get this straight here. You just disintegrated their friend by pulling a gun that they've never seen before
Out of my mouth.
and you're worried that they want to shoot you.
It's so bad.
That's fair. That's fair.
So you did
When you put it like that, okay, that's fair.
you
Wesley's-
did 39 points of damage. He had 39 hit points.
Nice.
Serious?
Wesley jumps up, starts whooping and stuff, but like from their perspective, all they can see is you disintegrated a guy. Wesley pops up behind the rock and goes,
We're trying to prove that we're not demons.
Nuil.
Wesley's like,
Go ahead, try your best to prove we're not demons again.
Great. Okay, I think I'm gonna try and take some cover over on this thing.
Meaning you're climbing up it or what?
Yeah, kind of climbing over the back of it or taking cover somewhere on the other side of this thing.
Okay, yeah, you can easily hang on to it with 2 of your hands, and hang over it, and then fire over it with your other 2 hands.
And I'm still not comfortable shooting the god beings.
The god beings, I love it.
I don't know. It's
don't
like,
worry, you will. They die just like any other
I
person.
know, but it's
This is
just,
Puny gods.
This is like
yeah, I think that's what I want to do.
this is like a heavenly host battle
That's
for you.
not what I tried to do. That's the wrong one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one's a touch attack.
Yeah. no.
Well, you just saw me vaporize one of your puny gods. So.
I know it's really not going well in my head.
What are your puny gods?
I'm gonna try and do the microbots again if that worked. Did
Okay.
that work?
Here, I actually, since you like to use these, I'm just gonna put them on the side here. So we'll just move them on and off the side.
Okay.
All right. So wherever you want to place them.
40 feet.
That's not the right thing. This one?
What are you trying to do? Just
Trying
count
to
it.
figure out
5, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40.
one
You
more
can
like
go
over here.
Or here. Or here.
But if I go diagonal, can I go here?
No, because it's not exactly 5 feet when you go diagonal. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You can get right there. So you can put the 4 of them there if you want.
Okay, so 40 feet. So there? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay,
And they take
so
up a
I'm
10
putting
by 10
that back
square.
up, and I'm gonna try and did I already holler at her to come take cover with me or something? Did I do
Yeah,
that?
I'm gonna have her tell her to get on Timex, and Timex will carry her to safety.
Take me
Okay.
home.
Okay.
All right.
All right. The remaining of the Maltar on the other side, they are shook. I won't lie. One of them screams out. He actually points at Cypher and he yells out, "What are the demons like Zix and Zax? The Defilers have returned. We must tell Warren Hoyfek."
Great.
And
I agree we-
they flee the fight. They're running away.
Was it something I said?
It's something that came out of your mouth, that's for sure.
Maybe you should
So,
put it back since
They
they've
go
run.
running, and they're actually going to double move, so they're heading 60 feet that direction. Oh no, they're going to full on run. So it begs the question: will you follow?
Well, if I'm the
I
one
think-
who's up next, I'm going 30 feet over to here to.
Well, it's out of initiative. It's more of a will the group pursue or will they?
Well, I kind of wanted to still be an initiative so I could still do inspiring boost on poor Switch who fell down.
Okay, so before you do anything, we'll ask the group collective: are you going to pursue the fleeing Malter?
Shouldn't we ask Zim? Maybe we ask him, like, you want us to get him?
Zim, do we pursue or not?
He looks at you and looks back at them, and shakes his head no.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna try and work towards healing and helping. That's all I was gonna focus on.
Okay. I tell Tim-X to return home, which of course is my location, and he brings her over.
We gotta pull Switch out. We gotta go check their dudes and see if they're dead, or are they mostly dead.
So for you, Matt, at the bottom you find you've partially been buried in rocks and whatnot.
You hear this voice yelling down from you. The fight was up here, droid.
Really quick, can I make a sleight of hand check to hide my gun back in my cheek pouch?
Yeah, go for it.
As if you shot it out of your mouth. Pew!
Cypher will now be known as Laser Mouth.
Cypher coughs and the gun disappears from his hand. Tazale immediately motions over Zim, or she actually she saw what happened, so so her real reaction would be she's more concerned for your friend who seems to have gone down in the hole when it collapsed. So she moves up to the edge. Actually, she would stay back just a little bit. Because as you get close to the edge, it starts crumbling even more and whatnot, threatening to throw whoever gets too close down. You do see like an arm and part of a leg sticking out from underneath some rubble down below you.
Ew, gross.
MX, can you pull him out?
Grappling hook.
Yeah, I can. Tim-X, I instruct him to go towards the edge and then drop the grappling hook down.
All right, give me, go ahead and fire it.
Okay. And I totally want him to like fish and like snag an arm.
Can you get the rubble off of you, or do we need to come dig you out?
I will, Matt, if you want to make one, because you are pretty strong, if you want to make one athletics check to try and clear yourself from the rubble, or we'll see if you need some help. And so Tim-X has fired his grapple hook into the largest boulder that's on top of you, so you're going to get a +2 bonus on this check.
See, that grappler has already been handy.
Switch maybe.
Are you there, Matt? Did we lose you? Oh, I don't see him on the roll 20.
Yeah,
I think we did lose him.
He fell unconscious, apparently.
yeah.
Mike, you got to be careful about doing these kinds of things.
Oh man, I totally got rid of one of my players on accident. TPK.
The other night I killed one of my players. Don't you mean one of your characters? No, one of my players. Threw him down a pit.
So
He had a
I
heart
will
attack.
make an athletics check for him. This gets a +2 bonus, of course. And he starts to, with Tim-X's help, Switch starts to unbury himself.
Bear down, Tim-X. Get it off of him.
And within a couple minutes, Switch is free and climbing his way up, out through the ravine and then up along the side.
Oh, he could have just grabbed the grapple and I could have pulled him up.
Okay, we'll do it all dramatic like.
Yeah.
Sending Matt a text just to make sure he's all right.
Zim, who are your friends?
Can I come check this guy and see if he needs help?
Yes, they are definitely wounded. You see numerous lacerations across their body and whatnot. The red one actually has a couple arrows, one sticking out of the left side of his stomach and one out of the right side of his right breastplate. It's piercing into his chest.
I will assist you in all your medicine checks.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can get him fairly stable so we can go check the people on the other side of the thing, honey.
It's one of my expertise now.
Oh, great.
Oh no. You out-doctor the doctor now.
I was learning from her all
Know it
this time.
Uh-huh.
It's been 7 levels of learning from you.
Mm-hmm.
I finally think I picked up the expertise of this.
You can't
thing.
let me be good at anything.
Yeah.
Please, she's got all the skill check rolls. I'm just a backup.
Okay, so we need to go check the people. If this guy's okay, we can go to
Yeah,
check.
this one was barely harmed, and he actually gets over here safely on his own. They come over here and you actually.
I meant red dude. That red
Yeah,
dude's
she
okay
was-
now?
Yeah, you
Sure.
deliver first aid and restore. Go ahead and give me your first aid roll for the how many hit points he gets. Not the skill check. I'm trying to remember how many hit points he gets for a medicine check with first aid.
It's treat deadly wounds, right?
Yeah. You got the page already?
I know.
I'm almost there. Treat deadly wounds. Takes 1 minute. Okay, if you succeed, which you did, you restore 1 hit point per level or CR of the creature you're treating. If you exceed it by 5 or more, you add your intelligence modifier to the amount healed. All right, so they are CR 4, and you definitely, both of you succeeded. So, so who was the primary actor on that? Or were you both just doing your own checks? One of you was trading one and one the other.
You want to take one of the other ones? I'll take red, you take blue, and then we'll go check the ones on the other side.
If you want, but I like.
I guess I have the advanced
You
med
have
kit.
the
You could
advanced
have
med
the other
kit.
med kit, and we could split up.
Oh, Matt actually lost power at his house,
Dope.
and it's back on now, but he's booting everything back up. Are you guys getting weather there right now, or?
I don't think so.
No,
Or
I don't
not.
think so.
Okay.
It doesn't actually say what the check is. What's the check?
Your check was your medicine check.
But it's based on the medical equipment used.
Right.
So what is it for your advanced kit? I don't think a basic kit can do it.
During
You could
during
take
this downtime.
the other guy. I don't know.
Well, I was honestly just trying to assist you,
Okay.
which I thought would be
Well,
like a
if
+2 or
you
something.
do so well, I would probably send you out on your own after this,
Because I got lucky once.
since there's so many of them over there looking very near dead.
So what is Nuil's intelligence modifier?
My intelligence modifier. Trying to get there.
So the interesting thing is that even though he can roll higher with medicine, so he's more likely to treat them, you have a higher int mod, so you can treat them for more.
Seriously.
It's 5.
Okay, so they get 9 hit points,
Okay.
and they can only get that once.
Excuse
24
me.
hours.
Sorry, guys.
Is it their level or her level?
Their level.
Okay.
Yep, 1 hit point per level or CR of the creature you are treating.
Of the creature. Okay. Still, 9 hit points is rocking for hit points.
Okay, so we
That's an
treated red
awesome
guy.
skill.
Blue guy, unless he's looking really bad, I'm going to go check out the near dead people or dead people on the other side and see if anybody's only mostly dead.
Mostly. Yeah. I'm going to walk around and assist her with all that.
Okay, give me a group check, or 1 check for all of them.
Wesley's going to totally forget that those people can't understand a word he said and walk over to Zim and discuss. Dark Crusher artisanal weaponry.
Ouch.
Like
Yeah,
blah 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 blah. You know.
Wah, 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 wah.
Zim, interesting enough, keeps making a head motion that to Nuil she would recognize it as confusion, but it looks
Uh-huh.
like nodding in affirmation to you. So
Oh yeah, I keep pointing
It
out.
just encourages you.
Yeah, I totally am encouraged and point out all the the little details of every weapon I've created, and talking more about Timex, and I'm in my element.
so as the sale pitch goes on, a 16 is enough to identify that the other 4 over here are all deceased, mortally wounded. There's no bringing them back.
They're dead. Okay.
They're dead.
Dead.
Right,
Not just
so-
mostly dead, but
All dead.
Was there anything left?
Go
to
through their
blue?
pockets and look for. Get it. All right, we'll go check on everybody back here and see if there's anything else we can do for anybody back here. And
did I hear you say look through their pockets?
isn't that what he says? If they're all dead, you only thing you can really do is go through their pockets and look for loose change or something.
Wasn't
All
there
right.
another person we could treat over here?
No, he was only barely injured, and he came back over. That was
Okay.
this guy right here. Like he had a little scrape on one of his arms.
And the blue guy up there looks like he's maybe not perfect.
Yeah, he looks like he's got one slash wound on his side, but it's mostly superficial.
Okay.
He lost a little blood, but the bleeding has already stopped. So yeah, you do a quick loot of the dead ones over there. They've got this archaic armor, this unique bow to them and whatnot, and they're each carrying an kind of a strange, almost like an axe crafted out of scrap on their back, but they don't seem to be carrying anything of technology or anything that resembles credits. But on one of them, you do find a strange little technological device that you, Nuil, recognize from your medical training. Not that this device is particularly new. You actually recognize it as a very archaic version of something that you learned during your medical training. You recognize it as an instinctive stabilizer.
An instinctive stabilizer?
Yes, instinctive stabilizers are they're handheld scanners that you have particular interest in because they're not just technological devices. They're actual techno magic devices. That someone with mystic power, you can use it to scan and help heal dying individuals. You can make a medicine check untrained, or if you have it, that's fine, to make a long-term stability against a long-term stability task. If you're trained, you automatically succeed. Period. In addition, when you use this device, the DC for the first aid task on the medicine skill is only 10 versus whatever the DC would be otherwise.
Nice.
So you can use this device along with your med kit to make since you're trained, you can automatically succeed on those medicine checks when you're treating someone.
Brilliant.
And it is a techno magic device.
How do I put that in here?
All right.
Yeah, put it in there. Do you have a handout for that, Mike?
No, I don't. But I will make one for you. Actually, maybe I did. I put a whole bunch of stuff in the handouts.
Just type in whatever he said.
What did you call it?
Instinctive stabilizer. Since you are trained in your medicine skill, you automatically succeed on your medical checks for long-term stability. So basically, if a creature is unconscious, like one of your allies is unconscious, but stable, each hour you can make your medical check and you automatically succeed. The creature automatically makes a 10, so they stay stable. That's a little lame. We're going to expand that to other medical checks as well. Because I don't think that situation has ever even come up in the game. So yeah, we're going to expand that to medical checks in general. So for first aid checks, so treat deadly wounds and whatnot, you can use that in lieu of like a medical kit and
Okay.
automatically succeed on your check.
All right. Play nice.
Which means I can have your advanced kit.
Well, she still needs that for the other stuff.
Okay, I'll stick to just the basic kit.
Gotta-
Let's see.
Nuil smacks you. You've got to walk before you run. You have much to learn.
Does that work?
I went to medical school, to Space Harvard for 17 years.
Someone had to help her study all that time.
It's
Some of it did rub off.
like why getting his law degree?
So we
Yeah.
go back into an interlude of Nuil's past before she met Matt Ryder.
Oh,
Only the most wonderful thing to happen in her life.
hey now. I don't know
So
if I
after treating, so Tazale's been watching you this whole time, being mostly silent. But after she watches you treat her allies, you see her nod approvingly, and she walks up to Nuil, who spoke the language, and she says, "You look like the demons who attacked us not too long ago, but you do not act like the angry demons. You are different, I think."
So when you say you, do you mean Nuil or like me?
Valid question. There were several who looked like you and your other two friends there. And there even are two little ones and she motions towards Cypher, two little ones who looked like him. I've never seen anyone to look like you, and he motions towards Nuil. Welcome back, Matt.
Yay.
Are you on
Gotcha.
voice? Okay.
I understand. This is really confusing for me too. I grew up with people very like you on my planet, but they disappeared. They called themselves the Malter, but I'm starting to understand that maybe they were different from you.
I have heard legends of the Makers, yes, and my ancestors have spoken to me of them before.
Does Malter mean maker?
She nods. She says, "Yes, Malter means maker."
And who were they?
Did they look like you? Still speaking in their language?
Well, of course they did. They were us. We are the Quiche.
The key.
Sounds tasty.
Real men don't eat you.
Quiche. Okay.
She says, "Yes, my people are called the Kish, and we no longer have Malter among us."
Is this where you come from, or are you just colonizing here?
We have always been here. Are you not from this world? From one of the other island cities?
No, we are not from this world. We've traveled here, but Nuil here, who you've been talking to, her people were created by the Malter.
The Makers made you a living creature?
Well,
They
augmented
made
you,
us
right?
better.
Made you better. I've heard many tales of the Maltor, many legends, and I've spoken with the ancestors about them. Although I do know that they did have great medical knowledge. They were able to perform miracles. So I guess it should not be too surprising to know that they made you better.
Where are the ancestors?
You ask many questions for one who has just met me. I don't even know your names yet.
I'm sorry. It's very confusing to see you after all this time. I'm Nuil. This is my friend Ryder, and I'm gonna go introduce all of the other people.
I want
She-
to hear you introduce everybody. This
The
guy
guy
sits
who fell
fine.
down the hole is Switch. Timex is the machine, and he belongs to Wesley over there.
Oh, we know each other. We've been talking.
Ah, yes, I'm sure he had a lot to say. Cypher is the guy who was helping from the back.
So, and
The
you
guy
notice,
who pulled a gun out of his mouth.
Yeah, I was
you
trying
notice when they look over at Cypher, there's a slight shiver in his ale, and she quickly looks away
A
from
slight
him.
uneasiness.
Around the galaxy, they're known as death rats.
Well, these death rats are very dangerous.
too soon.
There were two others like him with the angry demons, and they were very dangerous as well.
I'm sorry. I think we came here hunting them because they've been causing problems with us too.
Do you know what they were after?
I do know they were after something in the temple found, yes. They have left our people in great turmoil, that is for sure. They
Can we?
arrived in this metal-like cloud and landed on the out on the lichen farms along the southern edge of the city, and then they came. Chief Hoyfek met with them briefly, but they quickly swept down upon our people and brought incredible death and destruction to all of us. They stormed their way into the temple found, and I don't know what they did there, but they left soon after. But that's when the real trouble began.
I'm so sorry. Is that what caused you to fight with the
What was the real trouble?
the other people to attack you?
Yes, unfortunately it is. After the other ones left, Huntmaster Zavra and his men quickly took to the temple found. They believed that more of the demons would come, and he kind of looks around at all of you, still not completely sure what to think of it. More of the demons would come, and he had to protect the temple from them, so he closed the doors and sealed the rest of our people off. I insisted that the temple should be open to all, and Zavra should come out and open it up to all of us. I pleaded with Hoyfek. Perhaps I pleaded with him too much, because after a full day of arguing and much discussion, Hoyfek banished me out of the tribe and made me go live out in the city. And several of my people who believed as I did that the temple found should be open again, they came with me. Hoyfek called us outcasts, and we've been lost the last day or so, trying to find our way. We've even been looking for a place to stay. We found a safe abode not too far from here, but it's very crude. Nothing like our home.
Oh, that's trouble.
Nothing like the hearth is actually how she phrases it.
Do you think Hoyfek would speak to us at all?
I honestly very much doubt it, but Hoyfek was once a great and wise chieftain, but he has grown rather irritable in his age. There was a time when Hoyfek was strong enough. He would take back the temple found himself, but I think his time may be coming close to an end. Zavra may be the new chieftain. He is strong, and while he controls the temple found, he wields much power with our people. I will say that.
Do you think he would talk to us?
I have tried to get Zavra to talk, but he bellows out from the windows of the temple found, and he will not open the door to us. I have tried to find a way to open the doors ourselves, but the power of our ancestors have sealed them from within, and we cannot go in.
Do they let people in and out, like the ones that were just chasing you?
No. Those are the ones who were outside the temple found before it was sealed. They serve Hoyfek, but I think they're coming to serve Zavra in name. Or, I'm sorry, they serve Hoyfek in name, but I think they've truly started to serve Zavra because he controls the temple.
But they're not considered outcasts.
No.
Even though they make it in the temple.
No, Hoyfek only considered me outcast and those who came with me. I'm not sure what he's doing about the problem with Zavra. I've had very little communication with them since I left the hearth.
Well,
Switch back and talk to the group.
It sounds like It sounds like this Hoyfik guy is going to need some help against Zavra. Maybe if we play them against each other, we can get Hoyfik to let us back in.
But we have no way to talk to Hoyfik.
Sounds like they both might be bad, and we just need to get the gates opened up and let what's her name here lead the people.
Well, yeah, ultimately, but if we're going to get the gates open, we're going to have to take one side or the other.
Yeah, that's what we're concerned about.
You know, we still have hollow skins. Can we go back and disguise ourselves as them?
We could try it.
They've never seen technology before.
It worked for Yaru.
Bada bing.
Bada boo.
Bada boo.
Bada bing.
We could continue to talk, but please let me take my people back to our abode, our homestead that we're setting up, so they can at least rest and get more medical treatment. You're welcome to come with us. Perhaps we can learn more from each other.
We can help settle you there a little bit. Do you have plenty of food?
Yes, food we have plenty. The lands of our ancestors here provide everything we need.
And are you safe? Are there any creatures walking about that might trouble you?
Well, we're not as safe as we would be within Hearth, but I think we're safe enough. We know the creatures of this land very well.
Okay.
Did she say the demons? They don't know. She didn't know what the demons were after.
Right. Just something.
Yep. She just knows they went into the temple. They were there ransacking and doing something, and then they left a little while later.
We're gonna have to go over there.
Yep.
Maybe we can talk to them and see if they know any other ways in or ways we could go talk.
You have the knock spell. You could just like walk up to the doors and just be like, "Open sesame."
This is true.
At least you could attempt it. We don't know if it'll work.
Zimzalabim.
So with Tazael and Zim, they guide you the rest of the way down these dirty streets. You go past several large buildings that have decayed just enough that you're not quite sure from the outside if you can tell what they actually did. But they don't seem disturbed. The Kish here do not seem to be disturbed by them, and they pass right between them. And as you come into this area over here, as you're passing through the ruins and whatnot, you come upon this small neighborhood section of dilapidated residences. As you're walking up to it, you see kind of an old sign that's like half of the sign is broken, so it's laying down at an angle. But written on it, in the full language that you know as the Maltur, it actually says Cloudside Condominiums on it.
Lovely.
Just beyond the sign, you see what looks like an old community center of some sort. And as you walk along, you see eyes and heads pop out of some of the residences and keep wary glances on you, watching these strangers with Tazael. And she takes you into the center and ambushes you. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry.
We got this.
As you move farther along, you start to see younger members of the Kish appear in various buildings, and when you get to the very center, you see some of them out in the large open area in the middle, and they seem to be playing some kind of game. You see these two posts with two hoops on each of the posts, and there's large groups of these children running back and forth. And actually, I've got a handout to show you, which includes a picture. We'll make it easy to visualize. Oh, wait, or did I make it a place here? I didn't do any of it. All right, we'll do it this way. There we go. All right, so this is what the building at the center of this community area looks like. And if you see the two little red posts with the double hoops on it.
Yep.
And so yeah, these large groups of children seem to be running back and forth. Tizael walks up to that what almost looks like a window at first, and she places a hand upon the center of it, and that whole circle rolls into the side and moves out of the way, allowing you passage into the building. You see this symbol that looks like it's been freshly painted on the wall there as you're going into the building. Give me a culture check.
Is that anyone or?
Yeah, anyone can make it.
Jeez, Pete, I rolled like 3 1s today.
Both
Ouch.
of
All
you?
right, that's just BS.
Cypher. What are we doing?
You
Ryder.
could also try a mysticism check if anyone would like to do that. If anyone's trained in mysticism.
That's better.
Okay, the 24 was enough. So you recognize the symbol that's painted on the wall there. Not necessarily tied to your culture, but it is a religious symbol that represents the lawful neutral deity Talavet, who is the goddess of community, self-reliance, and tradition. But this is definitely a god who is known within, like even within Absalon Station. There's a small temple devoted to her.
Can I ask her, is this a god you worship, or was it brought to you?
We have always worshipped the goddess Talavet.
Huh.
She brought the ancestors here, and they built this home for us. This land belongs to our ancestors. We are its stewards now.
So this land was made for you and me?
Me too. Oh, okay.
Inspiration.
Are the ancestors? Or how long ago did the ancestors leave?
Well, the ancestors did not leave. They passed it in their time. They died like the rest. So she takes you inside, and despite the walls looking like there's still some power to the facility here, because the doors, not the walls, I'm sorry, the doors open normally and whatnot. There's only dim light inside, as it looks like most of the lights have broken over time, but there are a few functioning inside. There's several individuals, rush to meet her. She walks into the room and beginning asking her questions about how she's okay. She was late returning from her foraging and whatnot, and you hear lots of concern for her and whatnot. And she waves them off and tells everyone that she's fine. As several of them notice you, behind her, they because they were distracted by her coming in. Several of them shrink back away from you, and before Sal tries to calm them down, and begins telling them that you're not like the others. Although you do notice they're keeping a great distance between themselves and Cypher.
Awesome.
Come sit.
And they didn't even see me vaporize the one guy.
Oh, I'm sure word's gotten around.
She says, please do not mind them. There were others like you with the group, and they were incredibly evil. They were some of the most wicked of the group who came and attacked us.
Yeah, my kind can have a little bit of a cold streak in them.
They were able to turn the technology of our ancestors against us, which has frightened the people immensely. Many of the devices in the city here have not functioned for thousands of years, yet this duo were able to turn them on and turn things into weapons and send them against us. It was them who stayed out.
Are they still? Well, I can't communicate with her, can I? I mean,
I assume you're communicating through Ryder and Nuil.
Okay.
In general, I've been using the circlet to tell you, so it's just telepathic.
Right.
But I've been speaking with them.
Ask her if these machines this technology that they turned against them is still operating against them, or
So
if it's stopped.
this
She says
technology.
no. When the two left with the other demons, the technology. So this is a larger picture of Giselle, by the way. She said when they left the artifacts of our ancestors ceased to do the evil things they were doing.
So
Okay.
this technology that your ancestors left, we might be able to power them on to help you as well.
If any of the artifacts of the ancestors continue to work, that is a blessing that can only be bestowed on us by them.
Okay.
Or by us.
They helped us. We can help you.
You
You
see,
are
I mean,
eager to
yeah. Would
help
it be
us.
would it be an insult if we got their technology working for them?
we have a child of your ancestors here. So clearly she has been given the technical know-how to help fellow children of the ancestors.
She has the knowledge of the Maltor.
Some.
Then you're welcome to try. Surely, if you possess the knowledge of the Maltor, you are intended to use it for good. And I would not deny my people, the outcast here, the benefit of anything that was created by our ancestors.
Is there anything in particular you'd like us to try to work on?
Some hydroponics bays or something. Get the good stuff.
She admits, she goes, I'm not familiar with hydroponics. I don't know what that is, but
Food storage.
Or food growing? Or keeping people warm
Defensive
or
capabilities.
cold?
Some heating, some air conditioning.
it sounds like you wish to commune with the ancestors.
Yeah?
You mean the ancestors are still here?
Did they leave any messages or communications or written communication? Or
Holographic.
Oh yes, the spirits of our ancestors are still with us today. They do not always speak, and sometimes it's hard to understand what they tell us, but I have made it, that is part of my profession as a mystic of my people. I've made it my life study to meet with the ancestors and try to interpret their words.
is it possible that we could hear what they have to say as well?
Well, yes, if you're worthy, they will appear to you. You just merely need to go to the Vault of Tales. That is where they appear to us.
Where is this vault of tales?
Not too far. It's just a short walk from here.
Perhaps you would like to lead us there.
No, no, no. She goes, yes, I can show you the way to the Vault of Tales. If you feel it would be, if you'll find what you're looking for, I can sense the need in you and the way that you plead, and you seem to be wanting to draw information out of me, and I apologize that I cannot provide you exactly what you're looking for, but I think I can help you, especially if you're willing to help my people as well. More than anything, I promise I will help you. If you can speak with Hoyfek and convince him to reunite our people and reopen the temple founds, then I will be more than happy to help you meet with the ancestors.
Interesting. So now we gotta go talk to Hoyfek.
First?
Oh no, this is. I will take you at your word. If you wish to meet with the ancestors first, I can take you there before we go to meet with Hoyfek. Hoyfek is in the hearth on the far side of the city, so it will take several hours to get to, well, at least a couple hours to get there.
If it is on the way, I would like to see the ancestors first. It might help us with speaking with Hoyfek too.
That sounds very wise to me. I'd be happy to take you there.
I bet you they're holographic recording images. AI.
They're like holocrons.
Interesting enough. I wish I'd realized you wanted to go there. We could have gone the other way. But here, eat, and then we will begin our journey to the Vault of Tales.
Okay.
Probably running out of tongues at this point, just so you know. So
Oh,
the rest is up to you.
I can cast it again if we need it.
You're like, I'll just use another 3rd level spell.
Maybe, I don't know.
It is 10 minutes per level per casting, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured it was about 70 minutes.
Yep. It's a level 1 spell, correct?
No.
It's a level 3 spell.
Oh, a level 3 spell. Oh, wow.
This one allows you to do like any language.
Gotcha.
And I think the level 1 comprehend languages is
Just
different.
Yeah.
So she begins walking and after you eat and showing you back towards similar route to the way you came. You go up this way, pass around this large circle, cross over the building here between the buildings, and then start moving down the street. As she's walking along with you, she says, "If she goes there while we're heading to the Vault of Tales, I think there's another location you may wish to check, especially considering the unique nature of who you are, Nuil, and how you were created. Like I said, we do not have access to much of the Ancients' technology, but there is a place where the people go for healing, where their bodies can be remade and changed and altered, if the ancestors allow. If you're able to help us, I can show you to that location as well.
I would love to.
A medical bay.
We call it the House of Renewal, and it's not very far at all, but it is definitely out of the way if you wish to head immediately to see Hoyfek after the Vault of Tales.
The House of Pain.
You guys want to hit that now or on the way back?
That seems secondary to talking to Hoyfek.
All right, we can do it on the way back.
I don't know. I think it's pretty cool to check it out before Hoyfek. Let's talk to the ancestors first, then we can decide.
Okay. So, flipping through the book, going through the book. So, as you approach this building, it's actually this building right here on the corner. You recognize the architecture, Nuil, and you realize that at one point you're sure this building actually was some kind of museum. Written in the language of the Maltor on a few murals and whatnot as you go in. This is some kind of some kind of building that was built to celebrate the history of the city of Istamak. And sure enough, Ryder was correct. You realize that there are lifelike holograms that you'll see inside, depicting important members of Kish history and whatnot. And all of this is advertised and pointed out. You can tell as you walk by the murals and whatnot that Tazel is unfazed and almost moves past them without recognizing them. And you begin to wonder if they're actually even able to read. Because the words written on the wall definitely have no phase on them. As you go a little bit far, so there's kind of a ruined front door, and as you go in a little bit, you spot these black charcoal chalk drawings all along the wall, and it looks like you see what look like very simple depiction of the Kish people, and then meeting between what looks like these strange, like ghostly entities, and they all seem to be bowing down in deference to the ghost-like entities.
Did your people make these drawings?
Yes, there are many among our people who are artistic, and they come here and do these drawings as a gift to the ancestors.
Ah.
What do they mean?
Oh, they merely depictions of interactions with the people. As I mentioned before, the ancestors do not speak to everyone. Even when they do speak, sometimes it's hard to understand their meanings. It takes many years of study to really understand the messages that they're trying to impart to us.
Great, the data modules are corrupted.
All right, can we take a look at the computers and the power supply and see if we can boost it or work on it?
Amplify the signal.
Are you asking me as a player, or are you asking her that?
No, I'm asking you I'm a player. Like, can I do a computers check or
You're not sure. You have to find them. So there's no holograms right here. So you're still at the front of the building, which looks like part of it's been sheared away by some kind of ancient calamity. And you can even see like bits and pieces of the metal like structure like pointing out in places. You see bits of wiring and piping and whatnot. The ground here, the ground around it is obviously littered with rubble and whatnot. And I will move you over to an exploration map. Not that one.
And we're not getting any like signals or anything we can try and hack into, or
No. So you do a quick sweep, and where you're accustomed when you come to a planet like this, in most other places, you would immediately pick up the infosphere. But this place is completely devoid of anything like that, and you definitely don't get any kind of wireless signals from this building in particular. As you begin to move into the rubble, you all hear what looks like it sounds like shifting in the rubble, and look down as a pair of like snake-like creatures appear on each side of the rubble and start to move towards you aggressively. And I need you all to roll for initiative.
Move toward us aggressively.
what is it? What is it?
All right. On your turn, you can give me a life science check, and I will tell you what you know.
Where am I? Oh, there I am. I can't. Oh, wait. Never mind. I got the wrong tool.
You can go first.
I want to know what it is. Apparently, Cypher's flipping too.
That makes up for the one I rolled on the first fight.
All right, I'm down there where you were.
All right. So Nuil, you're first, and yep, you go ahead and make your life science check.
Cypher goes full on Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Snakes and rats don't exactly get along.
Are you like a mongoose?
Yeah.
All right. I'll give
What
you
is it?
Oh my goodness.
so
I think you know.
that's a close-up picture of them.
That's cool. It's a cool picture.
Snake with teeth.
It's like a shark snake.
Yeah, it's like a shark snake.
Clear out the rubble over here so I can move the picture over here where you guys can still see it.
It's a snake art.
Call it a snark or a shake.
Okay, and your life science check was a 33. Okay, so you don't recognize a particular species, but you do recognize it as some kind of a serpent, medium animal-sized creature. Quick examination of it. I'll let you. Someone look at its DC here. You're actually just going to get one question about it.
Wow.
What's its favorite color?
Blood red.
Dangerous attacks.
Okay, you can tell by the structure, the muscular structure of his body and whatnot, that this is the type of certain serpent that is well suited towards wrapping around and constricting its victims and causing immense amounts of damage very quickly.
Okay, I'm going to yell that it's some sort of constrictor type thing,
Cool.
and I'm gonna ask her,
Cool.
holler at her. What is this thing?
The Aquachor, they're very dangerous. Please, we must be away from here. The ancestors have determined we are not worthy to enter this place at this time.
We got it.
Yeah. The ancestors haven't got a load of me yet.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I'll show the ancestors who's worthy.
I think I'm gonna magic missile the. Oh, they're about even equidistant. Let's go red.
All right. You unleash your magical mights, and 3 bolts of force energy flash out of your hands and slam into the creature, doing 8 points of damage. It seems to reel just a little bit from the attack, but it's mostly unfazed.
It's mostly just pissed off.
And you have, oh, you did it. That's a full attack. So now it is Cypher.
All right. So she attacked red. That's a solid wall in the back corner there, right?
Back here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a solid wall.
Okay. Jump jets to kind of fly back here.
Okay.
Actually, let's go like right about here. And then trick attack on red.
Okay, that will be a success.
All right. And then fire at him with my laser pistol.
And a 24 is a hit.
Oh, I keep looking at the damage and thinking that's my attack roll. Okay, so that'll be a total of 18 and 14, total of 32 points of damage. Fire.
All right. You blast him for 32 points of fire damage. The laser rips through the creature, cutting a good piece of chunk away from its side. And it actually hisses and you know, kind of like it almost looks like a dog when its mouth, the lips pull back from the mouth, and it kind of starts to growl at you.
All right, Switch, get in its face.
And Switch's turn.
Oh, thanks, you running away little rat.
Hey, you're the meat bag here.
Switch has a different one to go after.
All right. So I will step
Where
up.
you going? Jesus.
Well, you ran away from this one. I'm going to step up and defend everybody anyway.
How about you go after the one that's pissed off?
Well, they're all about to be pissed off, I'm sure.
Because the blue one will probably go after Nuil then.
Nuil should have climbed their ass on the ceiling.
All right, yeah. I'm going to step
Nate.
up here.
I feel like they probably could do that too.
Well, they're probably in all that debris, but
Oh, come on. All right. Everything's moving a little slow here.
Okay.
So I'll step up and I'll flex, take a strong posture. The bone blade comes out, and then we will attack blue. Not a full attack yet.
16 is not enough. So as your blade slides across its scaly hide, you immediately feel the resistance and realize how strong and resistant to damage it is. Not resistant to damage, it's just well armored.
Yeah, I only rolled a 3, so okay.
I only rolled a 3. So the one that you attacked immediately retaliates and snaps at you and tries to bite you. And hits you. Bites you for 18 piercing damage minus your resistance. And grabs a hold of you and starts to wrap itself around your body.
uh-oh.
So I'm going to put put a little symbol on here so we know you're grabbed.
Really funny, actually.
7, so 11. 40.
The truth is, he definitely would have gone after either Nuil or Wesley. So that probably would have hurt a lot more on them.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is the end of Blue's turn. Now it's the owner of Star Crusher Artisanal Weaponry.
All right. This CEO is going to call forth his Robo Doomslayer and tell Timex to run over there and swoop it. So Timex, his hand kind of flips out and it becomes this giant swoop hammer, tactical swoop hammer.
Okay.
Gonna make a swing for it.
I remember that weapon.
Yeah. I don't know if an 11 will hit.
No, yeah. So the hammer smashes. I mean, the algorithms and the program you wrote for the attack were good. You see, it smashes down into the creature, and it just kind of flexes with the armor of its skin, and it kind of looks back at the attack and then growls at Timex.
Okay. And then Wesley's gonna be like, oh, all right. Hey, Switch, this might hurt. Hold still. And he's gonna shoot. He's gonna try one more time with this liquidator disintegrator pistol.
So you're gonna do the cone attack?
Yeah, I'm gonna position myself here. Can I go down? I mean, are these squares technically? On the
Yeah.
map?
You can go into the squares. Yeah.
Okay, so if I position myself there, can I not hit Timex and the cone?
Yes.
Okay, I will try it. Ugh, god damn it! I hate this gun. I'm selling it. And seeing as that didn't work,
Yeah, you try and work in there and get the angle on it, but things are just happening too fast, and you're stumbling in the rubble just a little bit. And as you go to fire it, it twists around switch, and your shot just goes wide.
yeah.
All right, so now it is the red one. It slithers down out of the rubble here. Let me double check its speed. So the creature slithers all the way towards Cypher, who had hit it pretty good, and it rears up into the air and kind of leaps at you and tries to bite you with that awful maw of its, and it hits.
It can jump up in the air.
No, it's kind of just like a lunging attack.
Because I mean, I used my jump jets. I'm up in the air.
You don't hover with jump jets.
I can't hover with jump jets.
No,
No,
that's,
you have to land.
that's hover jets.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you fly through the air but you land on the ground over there. All right, so it hits you for 20 points of piercing damage, and you are also grabbed.
Awesome.
All right, Ryder.
All right, I will attempt a clever attack on red. Well, swift action to pull out my gun from my glove,
Okay.
and then I will clever attack.
All right, so the bluff is successful, but unfortunately the attack is not enough to hit the creature.
Yeah, no.
But it is flat-footed.
Okay, so it's flat-footed, and I will also yell out to get him. One.
That just reminded me, actually. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. He was off. He was off. What was it? Off balance or whatever.
Off target. Minus 2.
So yeah, his attack would have been a 28. You are correct though, Bill. All right. Okay, so next is Nuil.
Reactions.
All right, let's try and grease Cypher and see if it.
Then we
Okay.
can set Cypher on fire, and that should cause the thing to let it go of him.
So you want to cast Grease on Cypher?
Sorry, Cypher.
Hey, whatever works.
It's
Just
non-flammable.
think of it as a nice pomade.
All right. So you cast Grease on him, and Cypher, you literally just slip out of the grasp of the snake,
Nice.
and you are no longer grappled.
Yay!
Awesome.
Okay.
That worked.
That might be the first time I've ever seen anybody cast grief. That's awesome.
All right,
I wasn't
so
at the
yep,
class
you are
that
free, and you have
Albeit a little
your move
trippy.
action if you'd like to use it, Allie.
Is this wall over here something I can climb?
Oh yeah, you
Climb
can
anything.
climb as long as it's not some kind of special surface that you can't climb on. Yeah, you can.
I'm gonna go up.
Okay.
Whatever it looks like a snake couldn't climb.
Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, that was not enough to avoid an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
But yep, like you said, you have your +4 to AC. So let me make the. He tries to bite you. Oof.
Oh,
Not a lot of damage, but he does not get the grab with this, so he just bites you as you go and nips you for 18 points of damage as you leap away from him. You do see that he was. You think he would have been able to. So whatever your negative, so yeah, your stamina goes to. Yep, you already got it. Number. My bad.
How big are these creatures? Like snake size or
They're
like
just medium. Since you're greased, its grab attack can't work on you at all. So like it bit you and tried to grab you again, but you slid right out of it and kept flying through the air and landed over
Yep.
on the other side.
Actually, I'll go over
grease
there.
for everyone?
Okay. So now you got the rest of your turn.
Yep. Let's see. Trick attack.
Oh yeah.
And
You know
laser pistol.
what happens if you
And
grease that?
he is flat-footed.
Fuck.
So EAC is pretty close, but
Yeah.
not quite there.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah. So your blast hits very close to him on the ground, and he kind of slithers and moves away from it. All right, switch. Switch the grappled.
Switch the grappled.
You can escape.
I don't,
You can try to escape.
but I can't attack or anything.
Yeah, I'm
Or is
double
it
checking.
I just have one action. I forget.
It is a standard
Usually-
action to try and escape. Yes. On a
Usually-
success, you free yourself.
You have a melee weapon. You may still be able to attack.
Well, yeah. If he's grappled me, I can still attack though, right?
Well, it depends. I'm not sure. Pathfinder's usually
Yeah.
a little more strict about that sort of thing. 5e, you could absolutely, but I'm not saying you can in Pathfinder or Starfinder.
Alright.
So grappled, you cannot move or take two-handed actions. You take a -2 penalty to AC, most attack rolls, reflex saves, initiative checks, yada yada yada, and you cannot make attacks of opportunity. So you can still make one-handed attacks. He's just too close to you, and in your current condition, for you to make two-handed attacks.
Alright.
Knife to the eye.
Well, I might as well take a full round attack though. Or can I just do?
This is where last
Do I get-
session. This is when Drez used the horns on his head, because he got grappled
Right.
last session, and he headbutted the dog boy who grabbed him.
that was pretty epic.
And probably still not enough.
So that's against KAC. Yeah, unfortunately that's his higher armor bonus. And your bone blade with the one hand there, you slash at him twice, but you're not getting through his armor.
Damn
Although
it.
if you had, you would have done incredible damage.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill,
Yeah.
just curious, but on your attack of the 14, did you take into account the get 'em and the flat?
Flat-footed, I did account for. Did you?
I didn't check get him. No.
Did
I don't
your
know if
get
a
'em
+1
happen?
helps, but that would have been a +1 too.
So the 14. What would your final roll have been?
15, I guess, because get him adds +1, right?
Well, he
Yes,
didn't hit on the
it
nose.
does.
And minus his AC penalty.
There's your-
So you would have been even closer, but still not quite.
Still not enough. Yeah.
Not quite enough. You're close.
We're getting there. Almost.
All right. So blue, who has switch grappled there, is going to do a constrict, and he just squeezes his insangular muscular muscles. He just kind of wraps around you tighter and begins to squeeze, and does 19 points of bludgeoning damage to you. And I rolled very low on that.
Nothing against that.
Nope, you can't save or anything. The only way to get away from it is to escape. He's going to crush you to death, and then he's going to eat you, and then he's going to spit you out because you're made of metal. But I crushed the wrong one.
There's no meat on these bones. There's no bones.
All
Well, this
right,
isn't going well.
Wesley.
So I have a question. Since he's grappled and constricting Switch, is he technically in Switch's space?
No.
No. So he's stretched 5 feet out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Swoop it.
Yeah, if you want to be literal, they're probably like this in the two squares, and
Okay.
all tangled up.
Alright, so he makes a full attack with his swoop hammer, hits the first time.
Against the KAC, no.
No? Wow.
Are there any bonuses against blue before we finalize that? Are there any get-ems on blue or?
Nope. Everything was on red.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, unfortunately, he has no debuffs or anything. So and that does not get through his physical armor. Neither of
Okay.
those attacks.
Holy smokes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Very tough.
If Wesley steps here, does that provoke?
No, guarded step does not provoke.
Okay. But if I take a guarded step, can I attack?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I attack. With my. Yeah. Oh, dang.
Wah,
Too
wah,
swift.
wah. Yeah. We should check. Didn't you upgrade your laser pistol at some point?
Not the one I shot.
Oh, so you have another laser pistol?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. So this is the original one you got off the street gang?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah, unfortunately not enough to hit the creature as he's whipping around back and forth with Switch. All right, red. Cypher, it's not having any luck with the rat. So it's going to move towards the next target of opportunity. And it lunges at Ryder.
And misses.
Wesley turns around, all sad, and he's like, "We lost Swift, or
So
we lost."
he does a 21 hit Ryder.
No.
All right. So because he has the debuff on him.
A 23 did.
And it's
Oh, 23 also wouldn't hit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I upgraded my armor.
Yeah, he's off kilter right now, so that's even lower. That's down to 21. So okay, so yeah, he completely misses you and hisses at you angrily. And it is your turn to retaliate.
Okay, let's 5 foot step back. And I'm gonna try to unleash on him. So I will do a full attack with my standard action.
Yeah, neither of those hurts. Yeah.
Not with the bonuses.
Nope. Bullets fly through the air. That's against KAC.
Horrible.
I think it's time to run, folks.
I'm gonna make sure I'm wedged up and very tiny and insignificant looking, and then I'm gonna do the arcing thing at him.
Oh man.
Dang, not what I hoped for. But
Looks like it didn't roll your damage for it.
oh, right, is it? Do I hit it again?
No, it just means it's not set up.
I thought we did it right.
Yeah, you
No,
used
you
you used
just
it.
rolled it
Yeah,
last time.
you.
You're right.
Oh,
you're
I thought
right.
you used it last session.
I did use it last session. I think we just.
She just rolled it. She didn't.
Oh, okay.
Arcane Sword over here. Damage roll is. It shows it 10d6. Critical. No, critical effect. It looks like it just didn't show the damage roll, but you have the same effect.
Did you put a damage type on in the entry?
Looking at it now, yeah, it was electricity. There's no critical effect on it.
So yeah, add the damage type and then go ahead and roll it again. See if it works out. See if it works.
The damage type was in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I'm not sure. We'll have to take a look at it.
Yeah, I don't even know why it didn't. Oh no,
Oh,
it's
there it did it.
it's there now. It's got all sorts of stuff on it.
All right, so it made its reflex save, so it takes half, but that's still 17 points of damage. Yeah, it takes all of that.
Its reflex save was a 33.
Yep.
With its just base, it'd have to roll a 1 to fail.
Dang. Well, that's still more than my missile does.
That is true.
That is
And it is bloodied now, so you are getting it there.
But let's hope it increased thing.
I'm sorry, you weren't hit yet, so like if
Cypher.
I want to, I can't electrocute him, so I figured I'd let him get him first.
All right. I'll go ahead and trick attack him again. Distract him with a hologram. This time you said you didn't make him flat-footed, correct?
He is not flat-footed right now.
Then I will make him flat-footed.
He will be flat-footed next time.
Yep. And I clicked get him this time for the pistol attack.
Whoop.
That should hit.
I just used
yeah.
And I get crap damage. Awesome. Look at that. I rolled the nat ones on all of my damage.
It wasn't all. Only on 3 of the 6.
Only on 50% of the damage.
3 of the 7.
So that's 22 points of fire damage.
Minus 22. Yeah, it takes all of that. He is not
Sorry.
looking very good at all.
We still got this.
Switch.
Yeah, I mean, we got it, but it's
gonna take a little
kind
more.
of ugly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna go for just no penalties, just one attack.
Okay.
Try to just. We'll see what happens.
No escape attempt?
I could try my heal bomb.
You could.
She runs up behind Switch. Eat this candy.
But that was for me too, though.
Oh, we're gonna try this one more. We're gonna try to do some damage and maybe it'll let go. Come on, no whammies. There you go.
That's
Ooh,
better.
you crit.
Nice.
Oh, it's staggered. So yeah.
Yeah, I reach back, really pissed off.
See
The
the
cybernetic
crit
eye, the cybernetic eye glows. I retract the bone blade.
Terminator fashion.
I go to like punch it in the face and then just extend the blade right in his mouth.
So
Take that, bitch.
it takes what is that?
Now half of that is
50
slashing and half of it is electricity.
Yep. So it takes all of that. It takes 52 points of damage,
And
and it is
And-
staggered.
no, I mean and
Crit deck.
flip
Oh,
deck.
yes, you're right. So drawing from the crit deck, and this is a melee attack. Walking fire, bonus effect. You can immediately take an additional move action.
Oh.
Oh, well, looky there.
Can he, since he's grappled?
Yeah, it's staggered, so it lets go of him when he goes staggered.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But I don't necessarily want to go anywhere. I just want to be ungrappled.
Okay, so while it is also staggered, it cannot take reaction, so it can't do an op attack.
I was like, you could go next to the other snake.
Let Timex play with that? I don't know. This is because I was talking about greasing you, wasn't it? You were like, nuh-uh, don't want any of that.
He's like the Tin Man. He needs a little grease.
I don't know. Maybe he was like, that's synthetic stuff.
Well, I'd have to get past Timex to get to me, but... Alright, I'll go over here. Because I can do something else for Ryder. Okay, yeah, I'll go over here.
Okay.
So yeah, the snake gets stabbed and crackles with electricity. The bolts kind of just shimmering all over, racing across its skin.
Its singe marks appear all over the place as it's cooking like a hot dog from the inside.
Yeah, throw a hot dog in a microwave.
And it is its turn, but it is staggered, so it can only take one action. And it actually is going to provoke, because it's pretty mindless, and Switch has just
Yeah, it's
pissed
probably
off.
pissed off at me.
So it provokes from Timex and from Wesley as it moves over here.
Oh.
Yeah, I can still help Ryder out at this point, but I'm flanked, so I'm kind of half
Ooh, Wesley crits it.
screwed.
Timex.
Does Wes?
Oh, Timex. So
I was gonna say, does Wesley have a melee weapon to even make a op attack?
It's Timex.
So
That's
Timex
kinda-
smashes him, first of all, for 28 points of damage, and another draw from the crit deck.
Woohoo!
Good job, Timex.
Through and through.
I-
Oh, wow. Crit effect. Attempt a free Sunder combat maneuver against the target at the same attack bonus regardless of range. So make another attack roll.
Just a 1d10 or 1d20.
Right.
No, roll the same attack again.
Oh, okay.
We don't
What
care
is-
about the damage, we just care about the attack roll itself. But
Oh,
28. All right.
Nice.
That's definitely a success. So let me grab Sunder real quick. This is the first Sunder in the game.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
what does Sunder do?
Go Timex.
It usually breaks stuff.
I know.
Like the weapon.
Like his teeth?
Like his teeth, yeah.
His teeth. He just knocked his teeth out of his head.
Right into his mouth.
That's awesome.
You hear for the first time Timex in his garbled like tone. You can actually hear him go, "You better swoop."
Timex needs a victory dance.
Yeah, Timex, yeah, okay, so that's exactly what happens. So yeah, as it starts to move away, Timex like spins the tactical swoop hammer around and catches it right in the face as it's moving towards Switch. And just smashes that entire row of teeth, top and bottom, just go in, and you see teeth flying all over the place.
Or
And it diverts because it's moving there. It got its teeth smashed in, and you hear what almost sounds like a whimper, and it starts to go this way. Ryder gets an attack of opportunity.
I don't have a melee weapon.
Okay, so it went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
It's running away.
30, 35, 40. Yeah, it's slithering away with its teeth smashed in. Smashed out.
oh yeah, Timex, awesome.
All right, Wesley.
I'll just shoot it as it runs away,
Okay.
and I'll do a full attack on it, I guess, since I'm not moving. And it doesn't do squat.
No, yeah, your laser or your weapon fire, the laser fire just bounces right off of its hide.
I miss it, but I'm like, get out of here, get.
Yes. Just keep moving.
I kind of play it off that I'm just trying to scare him to run away. Get out of here.
All right, so Red, who now has also does not realize that Switch would not be much of a meal, smashes into Switch and bites into you, doing 18 more points of piercing damage, and it wraps itself around your body, and you are grappled once again.
Red has been getting some ridiculous attack rolls.
Well, they both have. They've both been in the 30s.
They have high attack.
Yeah, I only rolled an 11 on that attack.
So do I, but I keep rolling low.
That's true.
Well, I can get you out before your turn is next.
All right, so you are grappled.
Take 7 off of that, so that's 11.
Ryder, you're up.
And
Alright.
I'm still taking off stamina.
You know, if you just type in like -7, hit enter, it'll just automatically deduct.
I know, but my brain wants to do the work.
All good. All right, Steven, you're up.
I'll just. Yes. And yes. No. There.
And it is flat-footed. Do you have a get 'em on it?
No, I don't.
Okay, so that
I
makes
thought you did.
No, I get him starts, or I'm sorry, ends before my turn. And I don't want to use get him when I make my attacks because then it's a bonus to my attack and I can't use my gunslinger damage. So
okay.
Nice.
But I had get them right. That
Yes.
wasn't
Yeah, I use
Okay.
it at the end of my turn for you guys.
okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't do that wrong.
Nope, you're good. You're good.
All right, the first attack miss. They both miss, actually.
Really? The 19?
Yep, it is -2 to its KAC because it is flat-footed, but that still does not put it within range for the KAC, which is the highest of its defenses.
Oh, boy.
I'm literally, is there a +1 on the table? But
Nope. And then I will use my move action to get him for
You had your inspiration.
everyone else. What?
all right, Nuil.
I think I'm gonna grease switch.
I don't know. You tell me.
Or I could grease snake.
That would be interesting. What do you do?
You greased up switch.
I think actually I'm gonna grease this snake because then I don't think he can grapple anybody.
All right, very creative use of the spell. Yeah, you grease up the snake.
Breakers!
Hey, grease lightning, now we're going down the quarter-mile. Grease lightning. Sorry.
I mean, it might be hard for him to get away too. I don't know how that's gonna work. Like if he can't.
Oh no, I like it. Yeah, so you grease him up, and he's trying to hold on to switch, but he slides right off of him.
He's getting a little silly.
That's awesome.
The other one run away?
If-
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, the other one, when he was moving towards you, Tim X crit him and smashed his teeth in.
Right, I got that.
Oh,
That's the part
and
where
then
you
once that
don't-
happened, it stopped coming at you. It just turned and went. It's like, I'm out.
Done. Cash me out, bud.
lost my teeth, I'm out.
I love how you're like, well, if greasing helps the person grapple, what if I grease the grappler?
All right. So you have a move action if you want, Allie, and then it is Cypher's turn.
No, I'm good as long as I'm freaking tiny.
All right. Let's see if we can finish this bastard off.
Yeah, I don't think he can.
One more trick attack to distract him with a hologram. You didn't make him flat-footed again, did you?
No.
So I will continue to make him flat-footed then.
Okay. Yep. That is good.
And then laser pistol attack. Ah. Never mind. I should have known when I got decent damage I wasn't going to hit with the laser pistol attack.
Yeah, unfortunately. The sneak attack doesn't always work.
But he is still
Flat-footed, yeah.
flat-footed.
And just so you remember the house rules, so you do make that first roll to determine what the damage is, but... Oh, wait, never mind. It's just... No, yeah, your ally was next to him. So you were getting...
I thought I had to have... He had to be flanked.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You didn't have advantage or anything, so... Okay.
Yeah.
Switch. Sorry, I'm trying to think of more ways. Because the double die roll, aside from reworking the ability altogether.
I'm still gonna do just the one attack.
Okay.
I don't think I need to chance it by having the -4 in there too.
Yeah.
There we go, crit again.
Well, so much for the dice going cold.
They dropped
Not
them.
for switch.
So that's 45 points of damage and staggered, and then
Something like that.
so he's barely hanging to life. He is staggered, and we will see what the cards say. Bullet with your name on it, bonus effect. So in addition to being staggered, he is also shaken for 1 round as a fear effect. He does
Not
get
stirred.
He does get a will save. So let me check that. Will is not the animal's strong point. That is not a success. That is a failure. So he is staggered and he is shaken.
Whew. And greasy.
Greasy.
Greasy. Awesome.
That's hilarious.
All right, very good. And he is barely clinging to life. Blue continues to run, and blue is off the map. It slithers away into the refuge outside the building and disappears. And then it is Wesley's turn.
Yeah.
And that is a hit,
Smash.
and you destroy the creature.
Those. Some biosamples.
Yes, by all means. Go ahead and give me a life science check.
You find grease.
Tim X presents
Go.
the end of his hammer. Here you go.
You've got
Yeah, really.
fangs.
All the DNA you need is on the end of Tim X's swoop hammer.
So you get 702 bio BPUs
Woo!
from not only from
You
the
should-
creature, but from the teeth that are all over the
I
ground.
was gonna say, Wesley, you should pick up some of the teeth and like make a necklace out of them and hang them around.
No,
Hang them around Tim X.
all over
There you
the
go.
hammer. Just like
A ring around the hammer.
Yeah. That would be cool.
or in a little crown around the top of Timex.
There you go.
Tazale
Tiara.
kind of shakes her head at it, and she says, "Normally these creatures don't too far from the living grounds, but since Zavra's hunters have been consumed with the temple found, these beasts are finding their way out into the rest of the city. This creature shouldn't be here."
Well, they're not here anymore.
Well, that is true, and we thank you for that. I can't imagine what would happen if someone ill prepared for a battle had come here to speak with the ancestors. They would have been easily killed and consumed.